I am having what is sometimes referred to as a tough week. However, instead of diving into the gory details of why, I give you just a little background. One is Eat Vermont is a completely independent organization, meaning that we do not get our bread buttered by anybody. All the time I spend on the road is completely unpaid, except in the cases of a few paid partnerships, and we are very, very grateful for those. But instead of being bitter, and I say that bitter like a pun because this is Run Amok Maple Bitters, put it in here. Instead of being bitter about the frustrations, I actually want to tell you a little backstory about Eat Vermont. Now that's the kind of bitter I like. This is Farmhouse Chocolates. They are based out of Bristol. Early and Eliza are the co-founders, the great couple that runs this chocolate company. Look at that, golden ticket, baby. And Farmhouse Chocolates actually plays a very distinct role in the formation and the creation of Eat Vermont. Oh yeah. So this is a dark chocolate, it says here, with fennel pollen and strawberries. Oh yeah, watch. Oh! Early used to work at Otter Creek Bakery in Middlebury, and Eliza used to work at Bobcat Cafe in Bristol. They are a fabulous couple. I've known them for, 15 years maybe, something like that. When Early quit at Otter Creek Bakery to start Farmhouse Chocolates and go full time, they were making this chocolate out of their house in Bristol. Cottage industry stuff. It was all above board. It was all legal and whatever. And now they've got this great production facility on Mountain Street, Mountain Ave in Bristol. Pretty nice. First thing I smell is the fennel pollen. Give you a little close up here on that bite. See that strawberry on there? Dehydrated strawberries. Kind of reminds me of like space camp food, you know, where they dehydrate everything for the astronauts. But you get that pollen, that fennel pollen nose. Good job, my friend. So, when they started out, like many small businesses in Vermont, they were doing everything themselves. The production, of course, but also their email list, their website, the packaging, the shipping, distributing it out to the grocery stores themselves, everything. You probably get the sense I like to hang out with makers in production spaces, in kitchens, and I'd come over, hang out with them, hang out with the dog Camille, and we would chat, and they would tell me about the chocolate business. And one day, it occurs to me to ask them, how much time do you actually spend making chocolate, this beautiful product, and how much time do you spend doing everything else? They thought about it, and they said, we probably make chocolate about 30% of the time, and everything else occupies the balance. I said, on God, you got into making chocolate. You took this big risk to make great product, and you get to only do that 30% of the time? And it was through that experience that made me realize how difficult it is for small business owners in Vermont, small food producers, small restaurateurs, to do what they love to do, which is to feed us. So this was back in 2017. I was trying to figure out what is it that Eat Vermont could or should be. And since then, the last 7 years, I have been slowly, painstakingly thinking about finding solutions to make their lives easier so that what they do, which is feeding us, can be done more effectively, more profitably, more efficiently, more magically, we could say. Now, I said that I would be talking a little bit more about the business side of Eat Vermont, and I thought that the first place to begin is a little history. So the mission of Eat Vermont has been and remains and will remain, how do we make local food easy? Easy for the small businesses, easy for the consumers. And through the social media account, the idea is to help bridge everyone, find each other. And we have plans to figure out what we do next, which I will talk about soon. But I thought that maybe you would enjoy some of that history and with a little bit of this 70% dark chocolate, fennel pollen, dehydrated strawberry. So that's it. I thought I would give you some backstory on Eat Vermont. The history will inform the future. Truthfully, I think a lot about what would Eat Vermont be like without me? Would it be fine? Can I stop? Or what would Vermont's food scene be like without Eat Vermont? Maybe it'll be fine, it'll thrive. But to the extent that I'm here and that Eat Vermont is here, we will continue to do our best to push the local food system forward to make local food easy. And in the meantime, you can find some chocolate, some fennel pollen, 70% dark chocolate with dehydrated strawberry by Farmhouse Chocolates. You can find some bitters by Runamuck Maple, the kind of bitter we like. Keep doing what you guys are doing, which is eating. And just make sure that the eating that you do is all Vermont.